Okay, what about now? Is it coming now? Audio is enabled. Let me know if you can hear me because I cannot hear, because it's still showing that audio is not going. Can someone confirm is the audio is coming? Say yes with the checkbox, something like that. Is my audio is coming? Okay, thank you so much for confirming. And okay, so let's start with what I have planned on Monday. Basically, that we are about to build some project, and we are going to do this on 2 days in a week. Today is the first day, which is Wednesday, and we will meet again on Friday. So we will be doing every week, Wednesday and Friday. And if you talk about my excitement, yes, I was really excited just to hang out with you all, and we will be writing some code. We will be discussing something. If mostly I will be talking with myself, but if I see anyone who is interested in talking, so you can mention it in the chat. If you have any questions, anything to clarify, we can have that. Okay. So first thing first. Uh, we first need to identify like what we are trying to build, what we are trying to solve a problem, because you cannot. Okay, so the first thing, I want to learn .NET, and I want to kickstart again what I have left 10 months back, as I have told so many times. Okay. The thing is, right, to learn something you have to build something. If you are not building anything, then the learning is incomplete. Just by learning some theory, reading some documentation is really not enough. Okay. So what I was planning to do, to create an application down the line with my learning. So to create an application, build I wanted to build something where I see a problem. Okay, so I'm trying to fix a problem by building a product. And one of the problem is, I'll talk about that by actually showing a diagram. So for example, now I'm a speaker, I'm doing a talk, so I'm doing a tech talks. Okay. So what happens, right, during my speaking, I want to get some feedback from the user, right? I want feedback like, hey, how was the session? Can I improve something or something, like, because for me, if I want to grow, if I want to improve, feedback is really important. So for me, I wanted that. Second thing, uh, if I'm doing a talk and I want somebody to take a polling, like for example, I want to create a poll, and I want to tell that, hey, like for example, so I have a talk and I can create a poll. I can share that link with the audience, or with the organization, that, hey, share this link with the audience, and make sure they are putting their replies or answers on that. Like for example, do you want my talk to be lightning fast? Do you want more theory? Do you want more coding and all of that, right? So 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 basically they can go and answer that. They can tell their, hey, okay, this is what I wanted, and they can put their response, like what they want. Or maybe sometimes I'm taking a talk, and I want some answers from the audience, like how many of you have used TypeScript, for example, or how many have you used .NET Aspire, something like that, and people will say yes or no. So when you're taking a talk, it can become very chaotic or something like that. Or maybe you want this answer like after some, like after 10-15 minutes, or after 10-15 slides later. But what you can do, you can really go and ask them beforehand. And once you're on your particular slide, you can basically show your web application where people have already voted or people are actually voting, and you can see the live voting results, right? Something like that. So I wanted to build such kind of a platform for myself where basically user can interact with my application and I can see some real changes, like people are voting, I can see the result, the bar graph is going up and down, something like that, or people are giving me feedbacks and all of that, and I can capture those feedback for myself so that I can review them later. Okay, so I was trying so that's what I wanted to build. So I wanted to build a platform called as something for talk. So I'm giving this name as TalkPulse, and again this name was suggested by AI, so I'm not gonna take the credit. So this is what AI has suggested me, that hey, give this a beautiful name called as TalkPulse. Let me write it down. Okay, TalkPulse. So this is what we are going to build during this live stream. So this is going to be okay. So I will be using .NET on the backend side, and front end is going to be Angular for sure. That's what I love, and that's what I'm going to build this TalkPulse. Okay, but first thing first, we need to identify, right? We need to check which all tech stack I'm planning to basically use. So for that, let me go ahead and have things ready here already. Okay, so first of all, first thing, what we really need. Your voice is low. Okay, thank you so much for letting me know. Let me see how I can fix, because I have a setting and it is completely full. Maybe I can increase this. What about now? Can you confirm? Is it good? Or else I have to be very close to my microphone. Hello, hello, hello. Let me increase the audio input from this. Let me know if it is good. I don't know. I always have to somehow figure out. So I'm using this mic, Blue Yeti. So I have to keep it more close, but I have already increased the gain of this microphone to capture my audio well. Let me have it more. Okay. Right, maybe I can shout more if you want. I'll shout more and then try to explain things. Okay. Now, so this is what we are going to build. This is something called as TalkPulse, and what this guy is going to use. Okay, so we are going to use .NET 10 as our runtime. Okay, and I have seen something beautiful for orchestration, and that is something called as Aspire. Okay, I remember this came with .NET version 8 or 9, something like that, but now this is not just a .NET product, but this is also you can use this Aspire to do some orchestration. For example, you want to build something, you need Postgres, you need Redis, you need some telemetry things for observability. Whatever you want, you can have it ready with Aspire. And this is new to me as well, so don't think that I'm already prepared or I know Aspire. No, I just know some overview about it, but I really want to use it, so I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use it in my project, and then I will learn better. That's my plan. Okay, and then we have about API styling. So API styles, what are we going to use for that? So I'm gonna use minimal APIs. Okay, so whatever I'm typing here, again I'm gonna I have to also prepare myself, like I'm going to see, okay, how do we develop things with minimal APIs, which I have did already, but I will see if anything has changed down the line. Okay, so for API styles, I am going to use minimal APIs. Then architecture, which is very important. Architecture, we are going to use vertical slice. We are going to use vertical slice architecture, maybe vertical slice architecture we are going to use. Okay, if you guys are not aware of it, don't worry, I'm here for that, because I know I have used this a lot when I was in Singapore. I was working for a company called as Credit Agricole, where we were using vertical slice architecture, but it's long back. I need to again brush up, like how do we, like, I know we have command queries and all of that, but I'm going to again go and brush up it, like read some articles live in front of you and going to implement it into a project, something like that. And again, please guys, expect this live stream to be, this will be a very slow live stream, because I will be doing things on my own pace, because here building a product, yeah, it's important, but learning is what I need. Learning is important here for me. So my main focus is will be learning that particular piece of topic. Once I understand that topic, I'm going to implement it into our project. Okay, so that our sync, so that we are doing things hand in hand, right? Now, so this is what I have for architecture, and then in that we are going to use CQRS. The moment I say vertical slice architecture, a lot of people has this misconception that vertical slice architecture means CQRS pattern. And if anybody hear about CQRS, then they will definitely see this something called as mediator. Okay, but CQRS and mediator are two different things, so do not confuse. Mediator is one of the how do I say, nugget we have, right, from Jimmy Bogard, who has created this, and I have seen that this has become commercialized. They have commercialized it. You cannot use it for free if you have a big company. Basically, if you are earning good money, if your business makes that much money, then they will charge you. But if you are someone who is just doing for open source, for learning purpose, you can use it for free. So I'm going to use it for sure. Okay, and if you say Sky, then this is not helpful. What we will do, if our company is like, for example, you are working in a big company who are making more than 5-10 million a year, then those companies can create this mediator pattern by their own. And there are a lot of videos out there which teaches you how to create your own mediator pattern and all that. So I'm not going to waste my time in creating that. I can do that in some different live stream if you want, but my focus is to use all of this what I have already and build a project out of it. Okay, so for CQRS, yeah, please don't compare CQRS and mediator. They are two different things. CQRS is a kind of an architecture which you follow basically to do some actions like command, query, read, all that. Okay, so this is what we are going to use, CQRS basically. Then we need to do validations, and for that the famous one is fluent validation. A lot of you already know about this. If you are into .NET, if you are a .NET developer, if you are really working in your company, you must have seen this fluent validation. It's quite popular. Okay, then talking about database, what database we are going to use. So first thing first, I'm going to keep it simple. For database we will use EF core, of course the ORM we have it, and I'm going to go with Postgres, and everything will be done locally. Okay, it will be set up. I'm going to set up everything locally by using Aspire. I'll show you how I will not show you, but I will learn and then I will show you how to use Aspire basically. But these are some action points which I need to make sure that I am covering for my knowledge purpose. Okay, so we're gonna use EF core and Postgres. EF core, it's been so like long back I have used it, so that is one thing. Okay, then we will take a look at real time, because we are also gonna do this real time thing. For example, if someone is giving some voting, so we want to see the result live. Okay, it should be saved in database of course, but we want to see live, so user shouldn't refresh to see the changes. So we need some real time data as well. So we are going to use SignalR, which is famous and which comes out of the box with .NET version 10. Not just version 10, but with most of the versions you get it out of the box. You don't need to have a different package. So for real time thing, we are going to use SignalR. Okay, then there could be messaging. So messaging, what we can use, I think I have it already here. So for messaging we are going to use some MQ. Okay, and I'm going to use RabbitMQ here. And this RabbitMQ you can really spin up directly by using Aspire. So what I have already heard about Aspire can do a lot of things. So you have just one Aspire to basically orchestrate a lot of things what you want. You can spin up database, you can spin up this messaging tools like this, RabbitMQ and all of that. Okay, and also just in case if we need some background processing thing, we can create some web workers as well. Web workers or some background we can use Hangfire if we want, if at all it is required. For example, because we are going to integrate AI, which this is what the next line is what I have. So we are going to make use of AI as well. So we will be using Google ADK for that. And for example, now people has given me a lot of feedback. I have about 100 plus feedback, and I have no time to basically go and read each and every feedback. And I want someone to summarize it behind the scene. So this is what we can plug a web worker in between. We can create some, maybe we can create some background processing thing which basically takes all your feedback, and it will, okay, for example, you are giving a talk, okay, and now you got busy, you're doing something, you're having a chat with your colleague, you're making some network, you're doing some networking, talking to someone, and after like 5-10 minutes, or maybe after 20 minutes, once the feedback was like completed, you got your response, you got your summary, what user thinks about you, without even going and clicking and doing it manually. So we can do something like that. We will figure out down the line, but this is what I also want to touch base. Okay, and for AI, as I told you, we are going to use this Google ADK. This is what I can see we do in the backend side. Now let's talk about the front end. Front end, we will have our favorite Angular version 21, and this will involve a lot of forms because we have a feedback form. So we're gonna use Signal will be there. Out of signals, we are going to use standalone. I shouldn't say standalone now, because now everything out of the, like, if you install version 21, you have to use standalone. We are not going to use modules, so we are going to use Angular 21, and for all the forms, and we are going to use Signal forms, which is experimental in 21, but I know it is here to stay. So front end is Angular. We are going to use UI library, which is ng-oat. We are going to use ng-oat UI library. Just in case if you guys are not aware, I have created this open source project, and yeah, and I have quite a good expectation from this library, because I have already made about 4 to 5 projects using ng-oat, and that too without coding, because I have a MCP. So you just run the MCP, you ask your agent to build any project by using ng-oat, it will do it, and you will get the better results, I promise. Okay, because it is tested by me. So, but yeah, just in case if you feel no, you are incorrect, do let me know. Do give me some feedbacks, and you can connect with me on LinkedIn to give me feedbacks. And if you want just to know, hey, what are my okay, just in case if you want to connect, this is also one of the medium by which you can write me an email. If you send a message, it will come to me, I can see your messages, any feedback, or here you can find my LinkedIn, GitHub, blogs, and Telegram. So these are my channels if you want to have a chat, or if you want to have some discussions with me. Right now, so this is TalkPulse. We just talked about what all things we are going to use. We have talked about UI logging. Okay, now talking about, these are some optional thing, but maybe we can see in between. For logging, we can use Serilog, right? For observability, we can use we have open telemetry. Yes, I want to really go and try it out, to be honest, and I'm gonna use, what was that, Aspire actually has this. I need to check. I just saw some blog and all that. Testing is, again, this is optional, but we will see if we get time. If we are like doing quite things fast, then why not invest time some testing as well. So we're gonna use XUnit for sure. We can use test containers. This is also a good concept. Test containers, you can basically mock your database and everything on these containers, and this will help you to do the mocking of your data. What I have used it, so I know this, but I need to brush up again. And what else? CI/CD. This is something we are going to do for sure. CI/CD, we will be using GitHub Action, or maybe you can use Azure, whatever you guys suggest. So GitHub Action, or maybe we can use Azure CLI to do some deployment and stuff. We will see whichever is best suited. We are going to go with that. Okay, and for deployment, what we can do, we can host this on Azure. Okay, we can create a Azure container app, and luckily with Aspire it is easy to do. Okay, so we are going to, okay, so this is what pretty much we have. Like, just in case if you want, you can take a screenshot, or you can also have, anyway, the video will be there, so you can again check, okay, what are we planning to build for building this TalkPulse. Okay, anybody has any questions here till now? Because now I have, okay, let me, I don't know if I can, youtube.com/let's program and credit. I don't know if, I hope this doesn't, switch off. Okay, if I open up this, I don't know, like I was thinking of to have it here. Yes, so this is day one stream, and in the stream, this is what I have planned basically. Let me copy this, and we are gonna put this. So the repo is not existing, even the readme, but I'm gonna prepare it and I'm gonna put it for sure. Let me close and let me have it here. So what are we planning in this stream? So by end of the stream, you will have full solution structure with .NET 10 minimal API, .NET Aspire, 13 spinning up Postgres, Redis, RabbitMQ with zero Docker. Yes, this is the benefit. What we get that with Aspire, Aspire developer dashboard, free telemetry. Yes, that's what I have seen. Traces and everything. We will have a vertical slice architecture explained and set up. Yes, of course, real NuGet packages installed. Okay. And yeah, this is what the project is. The project will eventually feature this. This is important, what we are trying to solve or what we are trying to build. This is what my expectation is in the last, and this is the tech stack, what you can see here in the description. Now, what is my first thing what I want to do in next 10 minutes? I need to understand about this Aspire, because I'm talking a lot about Aspire. So I need to also figure out what Aspire is. So let's go on aspire.dev. And this is what Aspire is. And if I tell you about some small history about Aspire, so I remember, I might be wrong, but I'm just trying to see if my memory is still strong, that this thing has came up with .NET, if I'm not wrong. So when .NET 8 or 9 came, so they came up with this. Oh, I saw some emoji. So this came up with this approach with this Aspire thing, and then they were trying to it was just only limited to .NET products, but now if you see, they have created this as a standalone product. Now not just .NET, you can also build Python. What I saw, you can also build TypeScript as well. What else it was? Am I missing anything? Let's see. Here you can find, you can read the documentation and you can see a lot of integration features. Okay, what all we have? Okay, that's fine. I want to see if they put somewhere. Yeah, dashboard, explore the feature. So they provide us a very good dashboard where you can basically see, oh, token to login. Okay, that's fine. Where I can find the token. You have your token here when you run the project. Okay, that token you copy so that you your per application you have this ready. Okay, so that nobody else can. So it is locally for you, if I'm not wrong. They have Aspire MCP server, which is good. So now here can you see they have a standalone mode for Python apps as well. Okay, this is for Python, and they also have for Node.js, which means you don't need Docker Compose if you have Aspire. Okay, that's what they claim. So what I want to do first is to install. Let's see, do we have C# API reference and TypeScript? Good, very good. Okay, so oh man, it's very much overwhelming. This is the list of packages what this guy has. See, Aspire hosting, Azure, Postgres. They have a lot. The list is quite big. Okay, the list is quite big. And here you can find details about all of them. For example, if you want to learn about OpenAI, let's see, they have a good overview. Yes. Okay, what is this package about? The namespaces. Do we have any code examples? No, it just tells, okay, what all class this guy has and all that. Okay, good. It's just the API references, so don't expect much. Here you can search about installation. Let's see, do they have installation, or they just say install script, install Aspire CLI. Right, so this is the way. So we need to install this Aspire CLI. Let's try to do it live one by one. Let me open my terminal. I was using Rab, but yesterday it was so bad that, okay, this is my office thing, so let me close this. Let me create a new. Okay, I know this is bad because my theme is breaking. I was using item, but I recently installed because I was facing some issues. So yeah, so this is the command which we need. download, and you can download and install. Okay, let's see what it does. Downloading CLI. Then we can check the Aspire version. CLI installed to yes. .aspire bin aspire, which is good, and we can confirm the version from here. Okay, good, very good. It says that to validate the Aspire CLI is installed, you need to query the Aspire CLI with the version number. But it doesn't work, which means it is not installed, or else we can just restart the terminal. So let me kill the terminal. Okay, and then again open up the terminal. Maybe I might be wrong. I haven't tried this command yet. That's why you saw I don't have this Aspire version anymore. I'm doing it all in front of you. Let's see, Aspire version. There you go. So you just needed to kill the terminal and then restart it, and then yeah, you can see the version, which is pretty new. I think so. They have recently released. Right. So this is the commit SHA. So this is the version, and this is the commit SHA what they have provided. Okay. Now we have a VS Code extension. Very good. So let's also try to open up about VS Code and see what all things we can do with this Aspire Visual Studio Code extension. You have run, feature, run and debug, dashboard, sidebar, integration, scaffold. We have deploy. Okay, and this is what it is. Okay. Let me just see. Okay, starter core, ASP.NET Core, React. That's bad. Okay, I need a lot of things to be done, so let's go one by one. So CLI is installed. Now I want to open Visual Studio Code. Let me open it up. Okay, good. I don't want to, so let's cancel. Yes. Retro board, I don't want you, let's cancel. Library, I don't want you, let's cancel. Closing. My system is working very slow, so please don't mind. Let me quit all the application first, because there is a lot of running in the background. I don't want that it should consume all my RAM. Okay, so I need to open Visual Studio. Okay, it has it's so much lag. Okay, let's now we need to open up a folder where we are going to start all this. So desktop, Sky, webinar, no, interview, no, learning, my projects, yes. Do we have something called as YouTube? No, but we have .NET. Okay, .NET we have, and then we can give a new name. What was the name? Let's think of some name or some folder structure. So TalkPulse, and let's open. Okay, we are into our Visual Studio Code, and I'm gonna use the AI wherever is required. My autocomplete will be turned on. Why not, man? Come on, it's AI world, you should use AI. So use autocomplete, but make sure you understand whatever code the AI generates. Okay, just don't listen to someone who say, hey, I don't use AI. They are just lying. Everyone is using AI. Right, now let's install the package. I don't want the recommended one. Enabled is okay. MCP is okay. I have few MCP. We have a lot. We have a list of MCPs here. Maybe we can get for Aspire as well, but let's see. Cool. So let's go to the extension and search for Aspire. And are we looking for this one? Yes. Official from Microsoft. Good. Welcome to Aspire. It has been added. Good. And then what else we need? Because I have already a lot of bunch of things here. I need to get rid of them. Then I need also a C# development kit. Okay, just a disclaimer, guys. I am a MacBook user. Okay, and I don't have Visual Studio. I also don't have Rider. I do have Rider, but Rider takes a lot of memory, lot of space. So I have uninstalled Rider as well. So I'm going to stick with Visual Studio Code. So, but just in case, if you guys want to follow along with me by any chance, like if you guys doing it, then you can use the same commands on your Visual Studio as well. Just make use of CLI version, because I will be using a lot of CLI commands. Okay. Now, so I thought they have discontinued, but it's still there. This is I don't know why this is C#. Okay, if you say so, C#. Do they have something for C#? Let me see. I really saw some long ago they were showing about C# as well. Do they have that? But can you see, guys, like you can build your first app. They have two options, C# and Python. So they are also now doing for Python as well. Aspire new starter Aspire. Okay, this is the name of the application, and this is how the file, where the file should basically create. So you can use the Aspire CLI to basically do the magic. I'm just making sure that I'm not missing any flow. Okay, just to make sure that yes, all of this what I have planned. So first we will go for the Aspire. Okay, cool, and then we are going to take yeah, good. So this is what we are going to use, the CLI way to start the project. But that's what I need to basically understand. This is okay, this is how you will create. This is Aspire app.host. This is your application API service. Okay, and it sits above, and we have the web. For web will be Angular, so we can ignore this, safely ignore this. This is service defaults, where we have set of okay, and then we have our API project, which will sit here with vertical slice architecture, and this is the solution. Okay, this is the template code what we can get, but I really need this one. So N means specifies the name of the solution, and O means specifies the output directory. Good. Okay, thank you. Okay. Can we do this with .NET as well? That's what I need to understand. We have a .NET CLI already. Does .NET CLI creates? Anybody knows here? Let me see the chat. If anyone is helping me in chat. Do you guys know? A question to you all. Do you guys know that can we use .NET CLI to install Aspire project? Anybody knows here? See, this is one of the use case I told you, right? What we are trying to build. So for example, I have this question for the audience. So I can create one poll so that if people are shy enough to not comment, at least they can say yes or no in the poll, and we can see the live graph. See, one of the use case. So I'm just asking a question. Does anybody knows here, can we use .NET CLI command to create or to start a new app host project like Aspire project? Because as I remember last time we had this .NET new Aspire host. That's what I have it here as well in my last GitHub project. Does anybody knows here or knows how to do it? If yes, do let me know. Or else we can go with this. That's not a problem. But I don't want any starter pack. I want a empty solution. Because what the starter pack has, this includes all this. Which I don't want. Because or else you need to change a lot of project names and all of that. But see, this is what I was talking about, guys. Orchestration. So we get health check. Not the one which I'm interested in. Aspire run, API service. Okay, here you can see your API service which is running. We have all the health checks here. This is what the dashboard API this really provides. That's good. Okay, let's go back and let's go back to your Visual Studio. And I'm just trying to see if I have it. Okay, this is all installed. This is installed. Okay. All right. Now we are in this project. Where is this Aspire? Aspire. No. This is Remote Explorer. This is Aspire. Refresh. Aspire app was detected in this. No Aspire app because yeah, we need to create one. So let's open up this. Okay, let me zoom in, guys. Let me know about the zoom level. At least that you can say. Is this zoom is fine? Whoever is watching the stream is, or else I will do and then you will guys say I'm not able to see. So I don't want that to happen. Is this much zoom is okay? Let me know. .NET version. We need to check if we have .NET or not. So for me, I have a .NET already installed. Just in case if you guys don't know how to install .NET, go to .NET.com, something like that. Okay, let me show. You just say .NET SDK, something like that. .NET SDK, download or install whatever you want. You go here, you basically find the version what you're looking for. Yes, go for this Apple Silicon. You just go and download, and this is what the version I have. Okay, which was released recently, 12 March. Not that long. Okay, so I hope you guys have this .NET, then only you can use this commands what I'm using. .NET Aspire host. I'm just betting that if .NET CLI still supports this, if it doesn't support, then I know that hey, there is something changed, that now we have to completely rely on Aspire CLI. So that's what I'm just trying to double check. So this is how we were doing it in previous version. Okay, and then n means the name what you give, and here we want to give the name as TalkPulse. Okay, just make sure that I'm not making any spelling mistakes. App host, and then you say okay, you have your output file, and you're going to use this particular same name so that the output files are also generated inside the same. Okay, and this is what we have. So this is by using .NET we are trying to create. So no template command found for Aspire, which means we have to rely on .NET new. Okay, let's see .NET new search. Okay, so they don't have something like this anymore, and that's what it is saying, that you have to refer to the new way of doing it. So let's go to the new way of doing it, and that is this one. Come on, go up. Yeah, Aspire new. What if I want to have a empty? Okay, cause I don't want it to create me some templates, but even if it creates, we can delete them, right? Yeah, we can do that. Let's see what host basically gives, and we can run and check. So let's try to go with this Aspire new, Aspire starter, and new. Okay. Just to be sure, let me see any other commands I have. Okay, no. Let's go with the quick overview. C# app host. Okay, that's fine. That's what it has. Setting up and tooling, installation, installing the CLI. Yes. Okay, that's the validation. Then we say VS Code extension. We came here, we saw .NET 10 and later. Yes, I do have, and version. Let me check the VS Code version. Where do we check that? Window. Where is about? Hey, where do we see that? Do you guys know where do we see this about? Okay, Visual Studio Code. Okay, this is what I'm using, the older version 1. Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, I'm using the latest version. Sorry guys, this is 1.9, so I have 1.11, which is way ahead. Okay, so that is cool. Open VS Code extension, shift command X. Okay, getting started. Okay, so here we can have a template. So here we can select empty host. So to open that up, what did they place? Launch, getting started, command shift X. Okay, for extension view, and then okay, we run the expire configuration, debug it, administration build this, and then okay, so we need to come to this part where we can find a template. What was that? Aspire. What was that? What was the name? I need to check again. Starter app. Okay, I hope I'm using the right command to do it. STARTER, starter app. I can't see that. Why? Because I need to click here or something. Okay, maybe I'm doing something wrong. Oh, that's AI. I don't need AI here. I want to really figure out, guys, what is that, because this is what I know, that if you have some packages installed, you use them like this. Here I don't see any option. No running Aspire, that's fine. Shift command P, we search for Aspire. Deploy app, no. Focus new Aspire project, maybe. Okay, and that's where it came. So I need C#. Okay, so you get a bunch of options, which is fast API with, I think this is Python, Express, React, ASP.NET Core, React, blah blah blah. Why not Angular? Come on, guys, come on. Okay, but it's okay. We can go with empty C# app host. Okay, so give the project name. So we need to give the project name as TalkPulse dot app host. Select the directory. Use dev.local URLs. I have no idea about this. I have no idea. Let's go with no. Would you like to configure AI agent environment for the yes? Install Aspire skill recommended. Okay, install this MCP. Okay. Okay, I did something. I don't know what it is, but yeah, even I'm trying to figure out. So configure VS Code for Aspire. Okay, we created a skill inside this. Okay, that's good. And this is what our Aspire terminal is. And can we see, do we have any project here? Yes, we do have an empty project here, which basically tells that it is asking me for sign in. Let me do it. I'm doing it in my another window, guys. So okay, I think the login was success. Yes, software is licensed to me under this enterprise subscription, which is good. So yeah, I do got. Okay, now can I see this Aspire now? Let's refresh. No running Aspire app was detected. Oh, do we need to just run? That's why, is it? Come on. Let's do ls. What we have? We just have app host and we are inside the same folder. Good. And then Aspire run. Something like this. Building app host. Good. Connected to app host, connecting, determining project to restore. Wow, I don't know what it is doing, but yeah, I know it's trying to build and run it in the background. And we'll start the dashboard. Okay. This is good. I'm enjoying it. This is started in the debug mode. This is what my this is going to be my key, if I'm not wrong, if you remember. Okay, what? Okay, and here you go. So this is what the dashboard basically looks like. Here you can find your console. Okay, currently we don't have anything yet, so we need to add some resources, and after that the things will start to show. Okay, anyone have any question what I did till now? Anyone have any question? Let me know. I'm enjoying it, to be honest. This is good. I'm glad that I did something like this session just to for my. So we have structured logs as well. We have traces for observable. I think this is what it uses, open telemetry, but we need to add all of them because currently this is an empty project. And yeah, we need to add some resources, and I am glad that we have MCP and we have skills. All right, here you can see now this guy is showing this Aspire CLI. We have a dashboard, app host ID, CLI. Okay, cool. We can stop. It's in debug mode, which is good. Now here you can see GitHub. You can see skills.md. So here you can see what all the commands what this guy is capable of. Good, right? And we have Aspire configuration, and here we can see everything, how it has been done. Okay, good, very good. Skills.md, some resources, expose MCP tool. We have this. Okay, important rules: always start the app Aspire start before making changes to the start. Okay, playwright CLI. Nah, not for me. So wait for resources to healthy. Okay, they have a lot of things here. Right. Okay, cool. This is what. Okay, we have MCP as well, which is running for the Aspire. Can we see the MCPs here? Okay, there was a way. Where is that way? Where can I see? There are a lot of extension I have added. Okay. Oh, not now. GitHub. Where is that one I'm looking for? I'm looking for one specific. Okay. Okay. I remember there was a way where we can see all the running MCPs. I'm just trying to find out where is that. Okay, let's go back. There was a command. So let's go here. Command Shift X. Yes. I was talking about my extensions. So in the extensions, you can search for MCP. Yeah, this is where I was. This is what I wanted to show, that my MCP is already running and I can ask anything what I want to my MCP and it will basically answer whatever information it has. Good. So now next thing what we need to do, we have a TalkPulse, but here this is how it has done. Okay, let's try to see some examples. If I need to add Postgres, right? We need a database. What else we needed? Let's go back. So right, we need this Aspire to basically host SignalR, RabbitMQ, and all of that. Okay, cool. Let's see how we can add new resource. Now I feel I should have went with a template. Okay, no worries. Add new resource. What's new? Resource command service. Maybe we can search about Postgres. Adding a Postgres resource, yes. So here you can basically go. What is the app host? Yeah, that's core fundamental. So adding a Postgres resource, how can you do that? So you have this. So we add a database resource. Add database. I think this is the database name. What we need to give. Oh yes, this is the Postgres DB. And okay, there are some. Okay, these are the resources, reference of the resources where it should go. And okay, the front end we don't have, so that's fine. And this is for the API, because we will also have an API project which we need to host and wire up. Okay, cool. Let's see if we can add. People are saying we can hardly hear you. Hello, what about now? Is it hello? Maybe I need to shift my microphone in a different direction. Okay, let me do some good setting and let's see if this works. Can you hear me now? Is it better, or I don't know? I cannot hold the mic. Okay, let me think. Let me do some more settings. This is low, this is high. So I don't know, man. It was all working good till yesterday. What about now? SRK coder, is it better now? Please confirm if you can. Please confirm. Okay, so let's do one thing, guys. Let's do one thing, and let me go ahead and try to create all the solutions first, and then we are going to wire everything with okay, let me do a better option would be, I'm gonna move my mic to that side. I'm so sorry for this experience, everyone, so that it is bit close to my face, and then maybe you guys can hear the audio better. Let me move this to this side. Right, okay, so this is better. Let me know if this this helps. I don't know if it will be helpful. Okay, let's see. Do let me know, guys, if you face any audio issue, then I can just try to change some more settings and see if that works. Let me check my mic first, okay? Then I'll be back. Just give me one moment. Well, I tried something, but let's see if this can help. Okay. Now, let me first go ahead and so we had few things prepared. Okay, so we need to have those solutions and stuff, right? Please confirm, guys, if you still have some difficulties in hearing me. Okay, let's stop the app host, go to the terminal, session and VS Code, clear this, TalkPulse, .NET new. We need to get the SLN, we say N, and then we say doc. This is going to be our SLN. The new template file was created, and now we will start creating all the projects. So we have a solution, and then we will say .NET app host. We don't need it. We need the web API with the minimal API. So .NET new, we say web API, yes, API, and this -n means basically the name of your application which you want to give. So for us, TalkPulse.api, this is good, and then the output should also be the same, TalkPulse.api, and you can basically mention use minimal API. Yes, okay. So this guy is going to create a template for us, which is this, and this has a minimal API configuration, if I'm not wrong. Yes, this is all minimal API, and yeah, pretty much what was expected. So right, and okay, if use the same command if you want, if you are building it for yourself. So use the same command, TalkPulse. Yeah. Now what else we are expecting? Now that's pretty much it. So we just need an API project, and then we are going to we need to first identify, because this should be inside a different repository. So we have this configuration app host. Okay, let's do one thing then. I can go in the TalkPulse. No way. Okay, we can go and say TalkPulse dot app host, and we can move these two inside this. So now this is part of your app host. Okay, I know. Now it will be complaining, hey, your folder is okay. That's fine, we can fix them later. Okay, now it goes inside that. Okay, what else? So we have this API project, this app host project. To create the other as well, so we can say .NET new. We need some tests, so we can create xunit, and again the same. This is going to be API.test xunit TalkPulse.api.ts, and let me. Okay, I cannot. I don't know why. 0.0, then TalkPulse.api.test, just to be in the same. Okay. This is going to create a test project. Cool, like a simple unit test. And then what else we were expecting? Let's go back. Okay, we can have this later. Security. Okay, this is okay. We have, because should we create this real-time project? They should be okay. This should be part of the feature. I'm not sure, guys, if please let me know if again there is audio issue. I'm still thinking that only. Okay, so looks good to be honest. Yes. Now what else we need to do? We have to basically add, okay, let's see the solution. Okay, oh, now we have new solution X. Okay, I am not aware about this. I'm not aware about what is this SLNX. I created SLN. Okay, what is this new SLNX? .NET 10. Right, previous. Okay, so now you get this, creates a SLNX format solution similar to this. Yes, I have the same. So you need create format. Okay, affected API is none. Okay, but how do we add the reference? So can we add reference? Can we do that? Let's see. Post project. Let's see. Let's go back. Post project. Okay. Do we have this CS project? Yes, we do have it. So there was .NET SLN add. We have the app project. We need to add it in our folder what we have, which is our TalkPulse / we have TalkPulse.api, right? We need to add this, and that's all. I guess we need to just I should have copied this. Okay, Control V .cs proj, right? What was that? CS proj, right? And that's all. We can add this. Let's see. Cannot hide TalkPulse API because we are already in the TalkPulse API. So okay, I did a mistake. Solution was outside. Okay, so let's see if we add it to the solution, because now there is a new change in this SLNX, and this is how it adds. Okay, it adds the path like this. Interesting. I remember it was something called as XML format. Yeah, something like it was a very weird one. I don't know where can I see the new one, the old one. Yeah, this is how it was. You have this, I don't know, this confusing and now they're simplifying the solution file just to be a single liner. Interesting. So they already have a video to explain you guys. Okay, good. Thanks Karthik from Chennai, India. Welcome to the stream, Karthik. I hope you know what we are trying to build or what we are trying to do in this live stream. So we have another 1 hour and we are trying to still explore about this Aspire thing. Like, we need to somehow add Postgres. Don't worry, we will use AI and MCP to get things fast, but I really want to understand things more on the documentation side, what things got changed and how we are doing it in the new way, basically. Code with Mukesh, one of the best guy I know for .NET. So he has written a very good blog. So now .NET new SLN generate SLNX. Yes. So this is what previously it was, and this is how it will be now. You can also have a folder name if you have it on top of it. This makes things more easier now, and inside that folder you have all your projects. So now pointing to your folder becomes easy, I think so, with this. Okay, yeah, this is what I also got. And you can, if you want to have an old one, I think this is what it is. So you still get the backward compatibility, and they have option to migrate as well. Good, this is good. and this is how the structure is. So this is how he has kept it. We have a solution first on the top, and then we have apps. Inside that you have your project and stuff like that. Okay, we can also follow such folder convention, but let's see, we will try to change it over the time. Right, do I have anything else? So .NET build, run your test too. So for building this we need to say .NET build. Let's see if that builds the project. .NET build. What I need to build? I need to build TalkPulse.slnx. All right, it does. It really does. And I got my bin and obj folder. Yeah, it does the job, guys. So it has created the DLL, so which means you can directly go and build your solution directly here, which is good. It still does the job. And how I know that it is built? Because I can see the obj and bin folder is created, and I can see the DLL got created for this API. Okay, same thing we can do for the test as well, but we need to add the test if I'm not wrong. Let's go back. Okay, we have .NET test, and you just give the name. Okay, if I try to do this, it will fail because I have not added the reference of the test cases. Okay, so if you go back here, so can you see we have this test also to be added. I'm not sure why my IntelliSense is not helping me. It should have. Okay, sorry, my bad. It is. So TalkPulse, then here you have API dot test api.test.cs proj, and then you can say .NET test. You need to give the name. I forgot. Yeah, SLNX. What was the name of our app? TalkPulse. TalkPulse.slnx. And let's see if it. Yeah, it runs the test cases as well. It has succeeded, and yes. Okay, it does the job, guys. So now, okay, because I prefer more of CLI way, so that's fine. This is good. So now here we have this app.host.cs. Okay, now let me use AI. Okay, to do something. I'm not gonna use this. This is very heavy. Let's go with Sonnet. Okay. I need to set up PostgreSQL. What else I needed to add? Okay, it's here. Postgres. RabbitMQ. Let me put all this. Let me give some context to API, and let's see how it is. I need to set up below in my project. Make use of the MCP Aspire, and okay, let me show you how do I see that MCP is active. Go to tools, Aspire. I cannot see Aspire, so we need to run Aspire, I guess. It's running, then why is it not showing? Okay, start the server. Yes, I guess. And can I see it now? Aspire, yep. Okay, so now it is running. So now it will use the MCP Aspire what I have. And okay, I need to set up I need to set up my project. Using Aspire. Using Aspire MCP, and below is what I want. I will review it anyway. So .NET runtime I have already added. Okay, this I don't need all this. Validations, no. SignalR, I don't know. Should I? Okay, I need database. SignalR not required. That's all, I guess. Serilog, I don't know if we can. Let me get rid of this. Okay. Also suggest me what could be good all items to add if we are setting up a new project from let's see, I want to learn something from AI, and let's see what AI helps me to suggest here. Okay, but let's see. Okay, in the meantime, let me I also love to read this. Let me see how AI is trying to brainstorm and get me some idea. Okay, so database CF code, no, let me check. Okay, so run, allow this session. Okay, so they have this doctor, they have list integrations, everything. Now it is trying to see, basically it is trying to do the tool calling. If you guys know how do we build MCP, because I have built one, so I know. So we can basically provide what all features this MCP can have. So basically you're trying to provide some tools. So there are two tools which it runs. One is doctor. I don't know what it does. You need to see the description here. Oh, it basically checks my system. Okay, you see, and I need to run Docker. If I'm not wrong, I need to also run Docker. I saw it is something it was checking for. Yeah, so now it is searching the docs for Aspire, query the PostgreSQL EF core integration setup. Okay, I will allow. It will also go and search for RabbitMQ. Like, it is trying to search in its documentation how it can be added. Okay, and now it will say, hey, hosting of. Okay, let's see. I'm just trying to allow him. I'm just trying to make sure that whatever he's doing, I'm reviewing it here. Okay, so it has ran all this MCP till now, trying to create a dot. Okay, reading its context. Okay, TalkPulse worker for running the background worker service, like background. Okay, so we need a project then. We need a new project called as TalkPulse worker, which we can create. Okay. And then file-based C#. So app host uses, okay, C# SDK directive. This is new C# scripting format. Okay, I need to use package directive for NuGet. Okay. So whatever now AI is trying to generate, we are just trying to review it, and we see if that really makes sense, and we try to analyze that. This makes sense, and let's use it, or let's not use it. Let's see. Okay. So it read some. Okay, good. This is reasoning model, it seems. Okay, so this will eat up a lot of my tokens. So they also have what? So since user wants Serilog, I should skip the logging configuration in service default and instead configure Serilog with an open telemetry sync to forward logs to TLP endpoint. Okay, the cleanest approach is creating a dedicated TalkPulse.service default project that handles metrics. Okay, so which means to have all this orchestration, we will have to create separate project. I see. Okay, let's see what it all gives. So also need to add this to the solution. Okay. Finishing Serilog configuration. Okay, let's see what we really get as a final output. But it is so amazing to see how AI is trying to talk to himself, do the brainstorming, and come up with a solution. It's really nice. Okay, imagine if I'm doing this alone by reading some docs, and it would have taken a lot of time. It will consume a lot of my time, which I don't want to do. So I'm using this and I'm trying to understand this, whatever it is trying to give me. By the way, I'm using GitHub Copilot with Claude and using Claude model. So let's 4.6. Please don't create all the database. I don't want. Please don't create everything. Let's see. I hope I have not given him that instruction. Let's see. Right, so okay, so it will do all of that. It might have to install some NuGet packages as well, so we will see down the line, because we need to be prepared. Okay, it takes a lot of time, but okay, please, I need a good response. Let's see. Let it get done, and we can read some more documentation about TalkPulse. Come on, I have stopped you, so that's why. They have built a really great UI, I must say. Aspire. So we need this orchestration which we added. Okay, cool. Aspire SDK. Okay, I think we need a separate project for this as well, but we will see. Come on. This is what life has become after AI. We just review. In the meantime, if anyone is watching the stream, so how do you guys use AI? Can you guys tell me your experience with AI? What do you think about AI? Come on, guys. Share your experience. Good. Now I have complete understanding. Okay, files to create is this csproj extensions worker program cs. We have worker.cs app setting in the worker, and files to modify this where he is going to add packages. Okay, we will add serilog and service defaults, ef core, RabbitMQ configuration, API settings, update the database with messaging setting. Okay, and add a new project. So okay, and I need to make sure that add user statements getting added to the program cs. So we have api.data, yes, namespace, and file uses top level statement without. Okay, okay, I configure the open telemetry sync. I need to use the endpoint for. Okay, so we have v1. That's okay. That's how we will try to push the logs. So now I have everything what I need. So it has created some to-dos. Let's see what are those to-dos. So he need to create a project. Yes, that's something we need. Then he will create a worker project, a new project. It will be created. So allow this session. Yes. Then a new worker project. Okay, then create app.db context for ef core. Yes. Update app host, Aspire orchestration. Yes. Then update API project plus program and add project to solution. That's what we need. And then build and verify. Okay, let's see. This is our time now to do some code review. So this guy has created some default extension for us. So this is what a base project should really have. So this is what it is trying to create, like to add the open telemetry, so add some health checks. But we are going to review like what is all does it mean in .NET, because my motto is to really understand what is this code, so that I'm able to brush up some of my knowledge here. Okay, so create service default has been done. So I need to go and check one by one. Okay, you just be like that and let me do some review. I'll just keep it. Okay, and then I'll see it. Okay. So we have, so this is nothing but your extension method. It's the static class. You say static tbuilder. Okay, you have add service default of this type. Okay, then you make it use builder. So builder.configure where tbuilder is coming. Okay. We have add default checks. Good. Services dot add service discovery. I know what this will do here. And then you return, that's all. And then configure the open telemetry. This is how you configure open telemetry. So we have builder services dot add. We add some metrics which will check instrumentation, client instrumentation, runtime instrumentation with the tracing, which will add a source of this. Okay, and this is how it will provide the tracing. And then add open. Okay, this is what it is. And then we have this add open telemetry exporter, which is just kind of, this is another extension method which we are creating just in the same file. Okay, yes, Monkey King, if I don't understand this code, then you are toast in the future, especially during debugging time. Yes, of course. That's why see, that's the motto what I have here now. So whatever code it gets generated, I need to make sure that I know that code, and that's what I'm going to do now in this next 20-30 minutes, because it's not like I don't know what this guy is trying to do here. And this is just one-time configuration. What it does to basically set up logging, to set up observability, to set up tracing and everything. This is one-time job which you do in your project. Okay, there is a very rare chance like what we have seen in the projects. So there is one task you do to set up, and then in future you really just change small thing. Hey, can you also add tracing for this particular endpoint or something like that, or let's also add tracing for this particular service. You just change few lines, you don't change whole code base, right? So this is what I'm trying to take help of AI to basically set up the project for me. So the base will be ready with everything what I wanted, but I need to make sure that I know each and every line what it has created, because that's what I want. And that's what I am here for. So export metrics processes to OLTP. So this is the OLTP dashboard basically, which I will show you what is that about. And yeah, then if you have an exporter, then basically use this just for safety, or else it might break the exporter. And then this is just a health check. Health check result not healthy, and then yeah, you just see it as a live. So if okay, I need to restart this because this is not helping me with the IntelliSense what I'm looking for. Okay, it's fine, we'll do it later. And then the map default endpoint, so we have this web. So okay, map health and the live endpoints, call this API web project only. In summary, so it checks app.check slash, and if your tag contains live, this is your predicate. Okay, and you just go and return, and let's see where is this used. So this is going to be used, oh, this is public, so this can be used directly in the program.cs file, if I'm not wrong. Yep. So this is our service default, which basically has our extension which defines all information related to open telemetry. Okay, and this guy has to be used in our core project, so, which is, that's why it has been exported. So we can use this extension there. So add Aspire service defaults, open telemetry, metric tracing, health checks. Okay, summary discovery. Cool. Okay, there is nothing wrong here in the whole code. It's just about tracing and all. And this is just our CS proj, and this guy is okay, this is just our CS proj. Let's see what else we have. Oh, we need to allow, forgot, it was still waiting for my instruction. Okay, that's fine. So we just got one extension method here which will be used in the projects. Let's see where is this guy in being used. So if I'm not wrong, let's go particular to this. Okay, we have program.cs, and this is where it has been used. So inside our worker, we basically added this. So wherever we need this open telemetry tracing, we are going to just add this particular line, and it should do the job. Let me just double check. Can you see now? Okay, so if you need that in your API project, you just go and add. Okay, you need that in your worker project, you just go and add. So basically, what is the job of this particular service discovery? Where is that? Yeah, service default you say, or I'll say it as service discovery. It basically go and add all this configuration inside your project wherever you need open telemetry tracing, and that's all it basically does. Okay. Okay, this is also trying to build the project. Let's see if the project is able to build. You can see it here. .NET build no incremental. Okay, true or false. If it is true, then that's what it will take, and it will only take 40 lines just to check if the build is success. This is the last thing what it is doing, and now it is going to build the whole. Okay, he knows now the new command. Okay, so it knows the new command. Because of this new command, what you can do, you can just build this solution SLNX, and it is going to basically run all the services what you just now created. So we have API, test, app host, and service defaults, and a worker, and I will be talking about all in detail now. Okay, I'm happy. I'm gonna keep all the code, but yeah, I'm gonna review them now. Let's go and review one by one. So this was pretty much clear to everyone that what this does. This basically creates an extension method which can be used wherever you need open telemetry. So we can close this for now. Now let's take a look at the web worker, what this web worker has basically added. So if I go in the program.cs, there is a lot of comments, so that is good. So yep, what I'm going to do, why is it, is it not able to build that project? Because specify the project or solution file. This current working directory doesn't contain a project or solution file. Okay, let the AI still do something here. It's fine. In the meantime, we can review, because now he needs to add the project in such a way that with just one build we should be able to build everything, but he's struggling there. Okay, let it struggle, and he will give me some solution, I know. So this is the Serilog, this is the endpoint what we have it here. So we need to have this configuration. Let's see. Yep. Write structure logs to console and expire dashboard via OLTP, and this is this is something I cannot see. So this is the endpoint which we need to provide from the configuration file, and I think we don't have it yet. We will see. Once we will run it, then we will see. We will take a look. Okay. Now this is something, the summary what AI has did. So we can take a look what was implemented. So we have a shared open telemetry metrics, health checks, and service. As I told you, the service discovery. Right, then we have TalkPulse worker background services for consuming Rabbit. Yeah, this is what the worker we added. If we need RabbitMQ, so for that he has already added a project here, which is our worker, but we will see when we need it. So can you see it has everything created, the queue name, how the queue will be declared, how do you create a channels and all of that. I'm feeling nostalgic now because I remember when I was working in my last company when I did .NET. So I was working on this part of RabbitMQ to create a new queue. So it still seems I can see some familiarity whatever I did there. Okay, it's fine. We'll see it later. Then we have key files, which is app host, orchestration, Postgres, admin, RabbitMQ, and management UI, API, and worker. Okay, and then this. Okay, then Aspire dashboard, OLTP. Okay, it has RabbitMQ messaging. Publisher is going to be your API, and consumer is going to be your worker. Yes, that's what we needed, because it will be published by the API itself. So whenever someone is trying to create a poll, trying to send some message, it will go inside the queue, and then queue is going to go and that particular message which is published by the API will be consumed in the worker, and the worker is going to run some background jobs, which is nothing but your AI summary generator, something like that's what I'm trying to plan. This is okay. This is going good. We will deep dive one by one, but this is just a start of what we have to do now in upcoming weeks as well. Okay. So we have caching, where we have Aspire. Okay, we have Redis for caching. Good. We have logging for Serilog. We have auth. Why he added key cloak? Okay. Oh, this is a suggestion for complete. Okay, I'm so sorry. Because I have asked a question. Can you suggest me something? This is EF core migration. Aspire docs get apply EF core migration in Aspire. Okay. Apply DB migration on startup isolated from API. We will see it later. CQRS, yes, we have a planning for that. Validation, yes. Fluent validation, rate limiting, okay, we will see. API docs, yes, we will use scalar, and we gotta do this for sure. And structured error, we have, okay, we will create this when we will learn something about middleware. We will create a global exception handler, basically middleware, which will going to have this structured error for us by using this problem details. Right, okay, this is good. This is really good. Now let's see, let's go back, cd dot aspire run. Can we do that? Can we still do that? Let's see. So now we are trying to build the Aspire, and we are trying to see if it is able to connect and it is able to run whatever we have created basically. Allow. This is our dashboard URL. Right. So here you can see there are some details added here, like, okay, things are going to start, things are waiting, this is our database. And let me also see, okay, because my Docker is not on, let me switch on the Docker. Okay, I am not sure, this is ng-oat demo. Okay, so we see we have a PG admin running, but this is unhealthy. Okay, we will see that later. Let's see if it is creating anything here. So messaging it has added, Postgres it has created. Okay, let me tell you what is actually happening now. You use Aspire and you can do local setup, you can do local development by using Aspire, and this guy is going to run things for you. Okay, but what it does behind the scene, it uses your Docker, so make sure that your Docker is running behind. Okay, so here it has created these two, and this one I really don't want, so let me go and delete this. I know this is not, sorry, that was mine, I'm so sorry, I thought it is not mine. So we have a RabbitMQ, we have Postgres. Let me again spin up this. So again start. Come on, I have all controls. It's creating so much bad noise. I don't know. If it is good now, let me know. I don't know what bad noise you mean. Some cracking noise? Guys, I'm gonna change it very soon. Just give me some time. I'm gonna change it. I need to buy a good one then, because I'm planning to do some live stream and mic is really important. Please confirm, is it good now? Okay. Okay, so here I see that it is running but unhealthy. I don't know why. This is for, yeah, okay. You can check the logs, configuring authentication for desktop mode. Return is finally blocked. Okay. It means this guy is not able to run. That's all I can see. Application initialization, configure authentication desktop mode. Okay. Can we see the logs? View details. It's running, but it is unhealthy. This is the port. pgadmin is all the default passwords and stuff, which is good. What could be causing this issue? pgadmin. Let's see. Do we have anything here for pgadmin? So let's go. Let's search. Yes, so this guy has okay, so we have added a Postgres database, runs a PostgreSQL with pgadmin, adds a browser based admin, yes, with data volume persisted, yes, and this is the postgres.add database. Okay, so we are creating a Postgres with pgadmin. This is what the builder pattern we use, dot with. Okay, someone is asking what is Aspire. Aspire, if I talk in a very simple word, it's just an orchestration tool to set up your project fast and to handle a lot of things, to delegate a lot of job to Aspire. Okay, if I talk in a very simple term, for example, you so you want to build a project, and that project requires PostgreSQL, the project requires Redis, that project requires you to have RabbitMQ. It requires some logging by using open telemetry or something like that. Okay, so how will you do that? If I ask you to set up this, how will you do it in a normal .NET project? You will go and install each and everything by yourself. You will configure them, you will run them, and you will maintain them. Correct? What happens with Aspire? So Aspire basically gives you to handles all these things for you. So what you also, just in case if you need to, maybe if you missed in the start, so we were talking a lot about, we had a discussion already about this Aspire. So you can go here and you can basically check what it basically does. Your stack streamlined, so basically orchestrates front end, API, container, database effortlessly, no rewrite, no limit, extend as well, whatever it is. So it just basically telling you that he will help you to set up your project in a fast way. Because if you ask me, Sky, then how people were doing it before Aspire, so first thing, they were doing it manually. Now with Docker, if you know, there is something called as Docker Compose. With just one command, you can basically run a lot of things. So you have a Docker Compose file where you can have whatever I said, you can just use this. You can have Postgre, Redis and everything in the Docker Compose file, and you just run Docker Compose up, and your project is ready to start. So it just starts here, it spin ups everything in the Docker and things run. Same concept is with Aspire. So now I'm not using Docker Compose, so how should I do all that without Docker Compose? So the solution is Aspire. Okay, and this is what you see in Aspire. Yes, we have NuGet packages as well now. Yes, we do have that, and this is also using all those NuGet packages what you see on the top. This is using them as well. We are using NuGet packages. Without NuGet packages, you cannot do. Okay, if I ask you to do it, okay, let me give you one very small task. Go today, create a new project and try to add tracing in your project. Okay, and try to add some queue by using RabbitMQ or Kafka, whatever you like, and then you will try to understand the problem. If you need to run that, you need to make sure you set up things, and also try to set up a database. So you will do everything manually, right? But with Aspire, you don't need to do, you just need to talk in term of code. So you are just talking in term of code. Hey, okay, what you need Postgres, okay, take it. You need something for messaging, yes, take it. Oh, you need you have an API to basically check, yes, okay, added it. Oh, you have some workers in your project, yes, I do have it, okay, add it. So just by configuration, you're adding everything at one place. So the managing them becomes easier. And the Aspire, the good thing about Aspire, they also provide a good dashboard. Basically, this is what I was showing. So they provide a good dashboard where you can basically go and see each and everything, how it is done, how it is configured, and whatnot. Okay, and here you see, right, they also provide you, as I told, right, and imagine to set up all of this thing. If you are doing this manually, it will take your 1 hour, 2 hour, or 3 hour easily. There is a high chance you might can face some issues in between. Hey, I faced the issue, now you are blocked with that. But with this Aspire, can you see now I have everything up and running at one place. I can monitor them. Okay, if my, imagine this is deployed on so imagine this is basically done in your project, which has a lot of background services, which has a lot of microservices which is running, which you can monitor them. Okay, if something goes wrong, you can see the status update is there. Now you will say, Shashi, we can build this manually also, right? Yes, you can do it, but it comes at a cost, it comes at a time, and with this one you don't need to maintain them that much. Yes, you're right, your statement is correct, what you just said. Yeah, that's what it basically does, and that's what I also got to know by reading this documentation, or by getting to know about, okay, this is what it is doing, which already Docker Compose does. But this is good, like this is something better. It provides a lot of stuff out of the box. You cannot get a dashboard with the Docker Compose. You need to have there is also one Docker image which you can install, which where you need to configure everything manually, and then you will have a dashboard, something like that. Okay, but now here can you see I have a database which is up and running. I also have a PG admin which is up and running, and this PG admin already knows about my database. See how cool it is. Okay, which means now we are ready to go. We can start with creating our models, we can start creating our entity framework configurations, we can run the first migration, and everything is there. Okay, of course we don't have tables yet because we need to create now, but can you see how easy it was for me to set up a lot of things? Now, do you think I'm gonna touch any of this? No, because I will only touch whenever it is required, right? For example, for messaging, I need RabbitMQ. Like, hey, there is something which really makes sense to have a queue, then only I'm going to use this, all this information, right? Let me go and get some details, because you need to have a username and password. Does it copy? No, it's sensitive, but it's on my local, so you cannot do anything. So you can get this guest, and this is my password, so that we can see this is password and I'm guest, so that you can also manage. See here you can see, so whenever you will create something new, here you can basically manage your RabbitMQ, your queues and everything. Like if you want to debug, if you want to check like when the last queue message came, what are the exchange, what are the channels what you have created. You can see your connections, like who are the publisher, who is the consumer. You can get everything here basically. And see, we already have one TalkPulse which is up and running for us. This is the queue which is already running, but now we need to publish something and listen to something, so that this thing you can see in action, which I'm not going to do now. Let's go easy. Today's agenda was just to set up a bare minimum project, which we have did already. Now we will set up the, we will do the folder structure, what all things we need. Then from tomorrow we will start with the API development, not the develop, but let's see if we can start the API thing or not, because my main agenda is to basically have everything set up, and then we will do one by one. We will take step by step, because we need to understand the product as well down the line, because we know what we want to build. We want to build TalkPulse, but we have to go very granular, like what is this specific feature are we targeting today. We have to see vertical slice architecture, we have to see CQRS pattern and all of that. So we will go slow, but today's agenda was just to show you what all things we got by using Aspire and how we are able to manage. This is our API basically, which we will be building, and if anything goes wrong, any build is failing, anything is going wrong, you can see it will be like unhealthy, something like that. Okay, cool. But again, let's not forget, we have to review some code. So let's do some code review. Let's start again with the worker, where we were last time, and we were in the program.cs, and you will see this action once we will make some logging and all that. So you can find those things here inside the worker. Let's see if they have it. Okay, you have this consoles. Yes, it gives a lot of detail about PG admin. Here you can filter by resource, which resource you want to filter. Like for example, if you want to just log about API, so can you see it is just talking about your API logs. If you are seeing about messaging, so this is your RabbitMQ. If you want to debug, if you want to see how, what's going on behind the scene, you can see it here. And this is why I see this is wow, this is good. This is something good, to be honest, to have. DB don't have anything. Worker, worker got started, and you can see those initial things. Hey, this is listening the message on TalkPulse. This is what we have created, the queue. This is basically is going to be your consumer. So your consumer is listening on this TalkPulse, which I was showing it here, which we have created the queue, right? So the queue is here, this will be listening. So here you can see we have a consumer. Okay, so this consumer is going to consume some data, but we need a publisher. Okay, so that publisher will publish the data, and consumer will consume it, and it will do something. It will be fun when I will teach, but when I will dig more into this RabbitMQ, and then maybe I can teach also. I'm not saying teaching, because this session is more of for myself as well, because I'm trying to brush up a lot of things here just by building something. Okay, this is good. Let's see about, this is what I was talking about, the structured log, and you see you have traces as well. Currently we don't have any, but we will have soon. If you remember, right, where we have added the traces. Okay, why it is only showing for API and worker, because if you go in the worker, if you go in the program.cs, and if you go a little down, can you see we just added it in the worker project, and we have also added it in the API project. So if you go in the API, here in the bottom we have added this. So that's why you only see that your open telemetry is only enabled for API and worker, and that's what I wanted. I just needed it mostly for API, so that I can see the traces. Okay, what's going wrong, like how this request took how much time and all that. See, if I'm building something just a to-do application, then I cannot do all this. This is just waste of time. But I'm trying to build here some enterprise level application, that yes, and that too from scratch, so that we get idea of all of this information. So whenever you are trying to apply for interview, apply for a job as a .NET full stack, or as a .NET backend engineer, you will have all idea, because you have built something by your own. Like if somebody asks me, hey Sky, can you tell me about how have you configured traces in your project? So I will be confident, hey, we were more relying on Aspire, and we made basically we had this extension method created, and we have used it in the several places where we need, like for example, we needed the traces for API and the worker project, so we have added it there, and just by adding that we are able to configure it, and we can see all the traces and everything. Okay, that's how you will try to explain, so that things become more easy. Okay, so let's take a comment. It is actually cool. If we need same type of dashboard, it will take a lot of time to configure without Aspire, I guess. Yes, correct. Yeah, and that's what this thing is solving. Okay, now let's see. Okay, so currently we have this metrics for these two, worker and okay, here you can find all this metrics related to okay, your client queue takes how much time, the HTTP client. This is new to me, to be honest. I won't lie, I don't know about this metrics, to be honest, but I will dig about it for sure, but maybe not today because today we have already did a lot. Let's again come back to our agenda because we have very limited time, less than 15 minutes. But yeah, this is what we have configured and this is what we wanted to do. Currently, if you see, we get structured log only for the worker because API side we have not yet did anything. Let's go and see our API. Do we have any API? First of all, let's see. We have program.cs. Okay, this is my Aspire, so let it run. cd okay .net build. We can build one specific project, you can do, and then we can say .net run. What? Oh, because I have already started the project, so that's why the host is failed. My bad, because you remember we have the project up and running. My bad. But that's how you run a project. But yeah, this is where it is. This is our API and this is running on this port. So we can go on this port and can we do an API call? Let's see. Do we have any API call here? Yes, we have weather forecast. Copy this. This is a get call, so it should be easy. You can see it in the browser. Yeah, and here you go. Now let's see if we get any traces. Okay, because we did an API call and now we expect some traces to be inside here. So let's go in the traces for the API. Can you see? We got our traces and we see everything in detail, like how much time it took. Okay, you can see all the traces here, and this is what I was talking about. So here you can see your API endpoint. Here you can see the structured logging as well. Like for the API, here you can see there was some warning. Failed to determine the HTTP post for redirect. That's fine because we are using HTTP and it is trying to redirect to HTTPS. So we got a warning and we can see the logs here. Okay, and we can also see the console. Can you see that we got a warning, and this is what the warning it was basically showing in the structure. So console, you can see your logs, but here you can see the structured log. Okay, which we have basically done today, which we have implemented today. Of course, we used AI, but we are making sure that we are understanding what AI has produced. Okay, so a worker we will not deep dive that much. This is a very simple. So we have a logger here, which which adds the timestamp and all that. This is logging is important for Aspire dashboard. Okay, and again, this is all one-time job because all this configuration is already a part of your Aspire. Okay, and this is all one-time work, to be honest, what I know. And this is how you have added a messaging. So connection must match the app host reference name, which is messaging. So you need, thanks for the comment as well from the AI, which is really important because if you don't add this, there is a high chance you can do mistake. You can do messaging with S here, and if you go here in the app host, you can do some mistake. Can you see this should match so that hey, they both gets connected because we are using this management plugin. That's why I guess, right? So this worker is also pretty good. Currently we don't have to deep dive, as I told. Here you can I'm just trying to understand what it does. So here you get logging. Yeah, here you will consume and you can perform some actions. So process the message. So if you get the message, what you need to do with the message, this is where you are going to handle it. For example, exactly, it has given some example as well. So it will dispatch a mediator command like to do some database calling or call some API. So our use cases, we are going to call a API to basically process all the feedback. Okay, so we are going to run we will do some API integration, and that API is going to be called here, which will help you to summarize the feedback because we are also having a feedback collection from the audience. So we'll collect the feedback, and once the feedback is done, it will basically put it into the queue, whatever feedback people are adding, and based on that it will store them in the DB and it will create a summary for us. So something like that we can do. So that's what is this worker is basically for. Program.cs you already know, it's just for setting up your project so that it should work. So that we have added this logging, serilog, and all of that. So we can close this we already know. And app host, yeah, let's see app host now. This is just of telling that this is a C# project. This is how your app host basically tells that, hey, this is the project what I have, this is the package, and this is the SDK what like this Aspire is basically using. Okay, here we have the builder, and then with the use of builder we have all these methods. Okay, we have add Postgres, you can add the Postgres. If you need to add pgadmin, you say with pgadmin and with data volume, so that the data gets mapped. So you remember, right, we are opening this pgadmin and we got our data mapping already. The data volume is already mapped, that if you change anything here, it is going to store inside the Postgres database. I think that's what it does with data volume, but we can check more. This is my assumption, but I will check it. Check more about this. Check more about this. We'll do it tomorrow, not today. Okay, they give a documentation already. Okay, that's good. So we have this. Then we say we need to add a database. The database name is this, because Postgres is already there. We have add database, so we have a DB. And now you remember your API needs a database, correct? So what we say, hey builder, please add a project, which is this project, and this is my API project, and that's why you see here everywhere API, correct? You can change the name if you want, but yeah, that's how it is. The API with the reference of this database, with the reference of this messaging, wait for the database to run and wait for the messaging to get ready. So once these two are active, then only it is going to set up your API project, and now your API project knows about the database. Can you see now your code is talking? Basically your code is making all the connections and everything. Just by adding code, you are wiring up everything, and this is the beauty of Aspire, and this is really amazing to me, and this is something good that I'm trying to explore. I'm happy about this. This is gonna update. I'm gonna update my resume real soon, that hey, I know about Aspire as well. This is gonna help me for sure. So you have add project, we add the worker, yes, and then okay, let me see one thing. I'm just curious. Okay, I'm just curious. Okay, this is CS project. Okay, this is okay. I'm just checking if it is added all the paths. Yes. Okay, so that's why we are able to build just by one place. From one place we can build whole project. Okay, yeah, that's all. Okay, now here we have this project, and I really need to understand. Okay, let's see, do we get any IntelliSense? Yes, we get an IntelliSense, because that's why I'm wondering why it is using the name like underscore. Okay, and that's I got the answer now. Like, that's how it is trying to basically go and build inside this. When the project gets built, it gets this particular name. Okay, and that's how we are. So once you build the project, you can see that you started to use the IntelliSense. Okay, I get it now. And this worker will have a messaging reference, and it will wait for. So we have some dependencies when the worker should start and all that, and you just build. So this is what we had inside your app host. Now testing we can skip now, it's fine. Let's see the API. API is pretty simple, and this is the main entry point of our application, of our web API project. It has a lot of overwhelming things, so let's see one by one. First thing first, we have a structured logs to the console dashboard via OLTP, and this OLTP, that's all. Whatever this key what you see, right, it is all part of, I really want to say, because here if you try to search, right, I cannot find this, because this is all configuration. So what you will think that, hey, then this should be inside the app settings, right? But I cannot see them as well. So I need to understand this part. So let me check with AI, or I can do some. Okay, let's go and check with AI. Okay, just need to understand about this key, because this is just for Serilog again. This is so big. Let me just go and check once. I need to confirm with AI. So all this configuration is already available somewhere, because I'm also not aware. Somewhere is this already stored, or we need to add it inside the app settings.json. Let's see. So now we are trying to understand, we are trying to really see, because even I'm not aware. As I told you, I haven't used Aspire yet. This is the first time I'm trying to use it, but I know there is no wrong code going here, but I just need to understand that. So these are automatically injected by Aspire as environment variable at runtime. So you don't need to add them to this, which means as when you install Aspire, so this is already a part of it. And if you need more details, I feel you can go here and search about this, if I am not wrong. So here we are trying to add Serilog. So there, because as we were using MCP, so MCP has given us all these keys and everything. Let's see, do they have a Serilog or no? Serilog. Okay, popular package. So this is for distributed logging. Yes, service add logging default Microsoft. That's fine. This is for testing. Capture the test. Okay, they don't have anything mentioned, but we really need to check, to be honest. Like, as per AI and as per the MCP tool. So why I'm trusting? Because I'm not trusting AI, because I'm trusting here Aspire. I'm using this MCP tool to basically get all this information. So that's why I'm trusting, because this is all coming from official MCP tool. Okay, so you can run Aspire start. The app host app starts a dashboard which has the built-in OLTP collector for reference project register in the app host. Okay, that's okay. Right, so what Aspire sets it to? So environment variable is all this, the connection string slash. Okay, that's how the Postgre should be added. Okay, and this is how it is added for. Okay, so you can actually see this already configured in Aspire oh right, so they have already configured it here. So my bad guys, my bad. So basically we go and tell them, okay, so we have another configuration. So that's where all these keys are coming. That's why I was like, they should store it somewhere. I think this is where the place is where we are storing all these keys. And yeah, here it is, Aspire dashboard OLTP. I need to check if it is part of this. No, it's still not part of this. So okay, let's confirm. Maybe these keys are already present, and I'm just hoping. This is just for where you want to export, that's all. This is the environment variable which we can control, but I'm really not sure about what it has created here. Not here. Where is that file? Yeah, this one, Aspire dashboard OLTP primary key. Maybe this is all. Wait, I think I know. Sorry guys, I know. So if you remember right, whenever we run the, can you see this? This is the key I'm talking about. Hey, where it went? I promise I showed you. Yeah, this one. So you see this key, and this key you get it on the runtime, and that's why this is how they have stored the name as. So that you need this key, you need this exporter. Basically, this is part of your when you build the project during the runtime, you get all these keys. So that's why it is already configured, and yeah, that's how he is able to know, I guess. So write to console is okay. This is the feature of Serilog. I'm not going deep inside that. It also writes to open telemetry. It's all feature of Serilog. here, and that's all. Only the difficult part here to us would be this Serilog understanding, but this is also pretty clear. This is one-time configuration done by Aspire to make sure that logs are getting pushed to your dashboards. Okay, so we can close this for now, and let's understand this. So this I have already talked. This is for adding open telemetry metrics plus tracing and health checks. Yes, if you add this, then only the open telemetry will show. This is for our lovely Postgres, what we have added. So we need a Postgres database, and this is the database name. This is basically the key name which we have stored. Okay, TalkPulse DB. This is for RabbitMQ. This is okay, and that's pretty much it. Okay, now you'll say, Sky, what if I want to change my database? Like for example, if you want to use Supabase, then you have to create your own configuration. Okay, create your own configuration, and you can store it somewhere over here. Okay, this is for the Serilog, it's fine, but you can store it somewhere over here. Like we have this default connection string, and you can put your default connection string, and then you can use it there. Okay, but now currently I am relying more on Aspire to basically host the Postgres database for me and use it in my project. Okay, so this is your TalkPulse DB. Let me see if this key is used anywhere. So this is where the first place we have. This is the is just the comment, it's fine, and then this is the app host, so that we are telling that this is our database. Okay, so things becomes that easy if you are using this Aspire. Okay, your local development becomes easy, and even your deployment. Now imagine you deploy a project and you have this big dashboard to monitor everything related to your application. How good it is. And then this is for HTTP redirect. Yes, HTTPS redirect, and that's pretty much it. I think that's all we had for Aspire, I would say, and I think things are pretty much clear to me. And I'm actually okay to start with the next steps, where we have to start with our folder structure. We have to install all the packages, and and we can start with the development. Just in case anyone has any questions. Anybody has any questions, because we have reached 2 hours for today. Yes, brother, I'm going to host this application, and for hosting I'm going to use my Azure account. So I will use Azure Container Apps to host this. I have some free credential because I'm Microsoft MVP, so I'm going to use them. So it's free, basically free for me. But you guys can also create a free account from Azure, and then you can follow the same what I will do. Okay. But by the end of the stream, this is what we have. Let me tell you guys, this is how we have started. We first came and we talked about what we will do, and let's try to see what all things we have did. So we have full solution structure with .NET and minimal API. I would say yes for now. .NET Aspire spinning up Postgres Redis we don't need now. Once we need Redis, we will see how to configure it, but not now. So okay, this thing is done by AI already. So what we will do, we will add Redis by yourself without using AI agent, so that we can verify that yes, we know how to do it. So AI did, I know what all steps AI took. I'm gonna use the same steps to add Redis, but not now, later, once we see that we need Redis now to do some caching. So yes, I will say this is also done for today. Yes, the Aspire dashboard field, oh yes, a big yes, we did this as well. Then vertical slice architecture explained and set up. No, we missed it, we didn't got much time, so it's okay. Real NuGet package install. So tomorrow we are going to install. Okay, so tomorrow we are going to start with these two. Okay, we are going to start with these two, and let me also go to my YouTube channel and grab the topic for tomorrow. So YouTube/@let's program. I can go in the live. This is scheduled for tomorrow, and here you can basically see what we are going to do. So by the end of the stream, I can copy this, put it here in the Excel raw, and yeah, so by the end of tomorrow's stream, so we need to cover all these things. So tomorrow what we will do, so I know today we did a lot of theory part to understand Aspire, to talk about our product and whatnot. Tomorrow we are directly going to start with this project setup and everything. We'll do directly coding. So tomorrow here we are going to 6 domain entities with encapsulated business rules. No anemic model. I am not sure if you guys are aware about domain driven design versus anemic. I don't know, maybe I talk about this, what does this mean, because I was someone who was using this anemic model a lot, but over the time my experience was growing, then I have ditched this way of doing things and I have adapted to domain way of handling things, like how you can encapsulate your business rule inside your domain. Okay, if anything changes, your domain should be aware, your domain should be responsible of doing any business change. Okay, so that's what we are going to do tomorrow. EF core setup, yes, with Postgres configured by Aspire, yes, we will do it. Optimistic concurrency set of poll ready for 100. Oh yes, I know what this. So we will make use of row number. You remember like what time the voting comes, so we can make use of row number and we can create this concurrency, optimistic concurrency based on time. I'll talk about this. I know what this means, because when people do vote, we need to make sure that the concurrency is set, the uniqueness is always maintained. Then we will make a use of endpoint interface to auto discover via reflection. Yes, why we need this? Because we are using minimal API. So I remember I did this long back, but I'm gonna brush it up again, like okay, how to do it. I think I know how to do it. So I will be doing this. I will use this endpoint interface. We will make use of reflection to register all our minimal APIs. Then we are going to create our first slice, which is going to be our session, get session, right? In vertical slice architecture, I'll talk more in terms of diagrams tomorrow, don't worry. We will picturize everything. Then we will create a ScalarR API docs where we can basically see this API endpoint. Okay, ScalarR is nothing but your alternative to Swagger. Okay, so seems like we have a very good plan for tomorrow. Okay, so make sure that you guys are clicking this button here, and also you can basically notify, so that you get notified once I will come live. And I will be coming live now on Friday, and on Friday we are going to deep dive into all this coding part, and because this mostly involves coding, like this is 80% coding, 20% some theory knowledge with some diagrams. Okay, so that's all from my end, at least for today. I know I talked a lot. Are you okay? So I joined a bit late, but why you try to see this record? Will you try to see this recording done with the setup and will come up with a lot of question? Yes, please come up with a lot of question. I really want someone to question me, and in that way only we can learn. We just cannot learn by one person is talking. So if you guys, that's why I say if you guys have any questions, anything, please shoot it up in the comment, in the chat section, so that I can answer them, and in that way we both can learn. Okay, so now I will wait for another 1 minute if you guys have questions. If not, then we can end the stream. This was good. Good. I'm in love with this Aspire. Let's see, guys. Any questions? Ask me. Postgres.db plus. Let's see how we set up the vertical slice. Here we have API, we have data. I don't know why I added this, but okay. Maybe we can create a new data project. So TalkPulse.api.data, and that data will handle right, yes, that makes sense. Okay. Seems like no questions from anybody, then okay, then I would say good night to all of you. It's already late in India, I guess. It's 12 in the night, I guess. 12:05. Thank you guys, whoever was watching the stream. I see still there are 5 people. It's a good motivation to me. Thank you for joining in. Bye bye.